Hello, welcome to the video. Before I get into it, I just want to thank you for viewing the video. Thank you for joining in this little moment with me. Hope you enjoy the video. If you do, drop a like. If you want to see more content like this in the future, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, that being said, let's get right to it. So, I'm on a mission currently. And that mission is not like a mission, my mission is to go to the grocery store and get some toilet paper. No, that is not my mission. My mission is a lot more meaningful and a lot deeper than that. My mission is to change people's lives. Now you might be wondering, well, how are you going to do that? Everybody in this world is trying to do that same exact thing that you're doing right now. Well, I'm going to be promoting being yourself. And I want you guys and girls, people at home, to join me in this little movement. If you want to be a part of it, go on all your social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever you might have, and post anything. And then in the description of it, put hashtag let's make it happen and hashtag be yourself. And on my tablet, I have a little something that I prepared for this video, which I will now begin reading. First, there's a quote that has carried me through so much of my life. And it says, "Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind." And what this is trying to say is that if you're yourself, whoever tries to change you and whoever doesn't like you for who you are, ignore them, they don't matter. And those of who do matter, like friends, family, whatever, they don't care who you are because they love you either way. And that quote has just been such an impact on me in so many ways. Every time I run into a situation like that involves something like that, I look back to this quote. Now, let's get right into the deep part of this. We've all been told by many to be ourselves, whether it be from a teacher, school counselor, friend, best friend, lover, parent, neighbor, or just some guy at a grocery store. Although this advice is common, it is difficult to comprehend. Sometimes it's just too hard for us to find ourselves so that we know who we want to be. And as some of you may already know, about a month ago on November 1st, my father passed away over a drug overdose. Although it may not have seemed obvious when I returned to school after a week of grieving and feeling down because I didn't know what to do with myself, it was the hardest thing I've ever felt in my entire life. Every night when I got home from school, I would sit at the foot of my bed and think about all the good moments I shared with the one man that planted the seed that blossomed into the flower that I am today. And the moment that I was awakened at the brink of falling asleep at 11 o'clock that night, p.m., by the way, and I heard my mother say what happened to him, I knew what had happened. She didn't have to say one word to me. I just knew. She brought me into the living room, told me to sit down, but I didn't want to sit because I felt it wouldn't help the situation. So I stood. And she looked me in the eyes and said, "Your daddy passed away earlier today." And when she said that, my mind just went completely blank. I didn't feel anything at all in my body for about 5 minutes. And I just stood there. And as time passed, I slowly got more and more shaky, starting with just being still, all the way to a really vigorous shaking like this. And then I had to sit down. And I called my sister and all my relatives and told them about it. They all cried, and then them crying made me cry. And I know it may make me feel or make me seem like a weak person because I'm a man, and typically men don't cry over things like this, but if only you understood the connection I had with my dad. He has raised me from the day that I was born, my entire life. And the thing that made it even more sad, which sometimes I argue with myself saying, how is that even possible? It's already as sad as it could be. But the thing that made it worse was that I spoke to him the night before, and I just won't forget what he said. He said that he missed me so much that he didn't know what to do with himself. And he said that he loves me, and I mean the world to him, and I'm his pride and joy. And that every day he thanks God for giving me, or for giving him me. Also, if you didn't know, 3 months before the day he passed, 3 months before that, I moved out of his house into my mom's house because of some issues that were going on that was putting me in a life-threatening situation, and I just felt like it was time to grow up and start worrying about me for a change. And here I am today. And so what I'm trying to say is that even though his death was such a traumatizing experience for me, and the fact that I had to view his body, I saw his body on a metal table covered in a quilt. I saw him, and I'm not gonna lie, I know this seems a little cruel when I say this, but he looked like he was a prop for a haunted house. It was unreal. His eyes were swollen in some places, purple in other places. It was just difficult. I held it in, asked the man to lead me out. I got out, shook the gentleman's hand. Then I went out to the car, where I just burst. I couldn't help it. Alright, so the main point that I'm trying to get is that even though it was such a hard thing for me to experience, I still continued to be myself. Which is probably why most of you don't even know that he passed away, because I'm still myself. I'm still happy. I'm still the person that I am right now in this video. And that's what it's all about. That no matter what life puts you through, you are always going to be yourself no matter what. Because you were put on this earth for a reason. And that reason is not to be somebody that you're not, but to be who you were meant to be. So if you were meant to be someone like me who is trying to make people inspired and to help them with things like depression and all that stuff, which I have been going through for 6 years just about. But you got that. If you're someone like that and you feel like you were made to do that, then do it. Don't do anything else. But anyways, enough of the sad stuff. If you're going through a tough time, find help. Go to your friends, parents, God, whoever you think would be suitable to help you. And I know most of you don't know me, but for those who do know me, they know that I have a perfect gift of helping people with those kinds of situations. So, if you know me, or if you don't know me and want to know me, you can ask me. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Link to those profiles down in the description, by the way. Or talk to me in person, and I will help. I would be more than glad to help. And with all of that aside, I have a quote that I put together myself with little pieces of other quotes that are actually existent. And that quote will be the quote that concludes this video and brings this whole motivational thing, this whole movement, this whole event to a conclusion. And that quote is, if people try to change you, don't let them. Because if they don't like you for you, then they are the ones who need to change. No one can be youer than you, because only you can be you. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it lifted you up in some way. If you want to join this little movement with me, put down in the comments of this video or on whatever you can possibly do it on, put hashtag be yourself. That's all you gotta do. If you want to, throw in a nice little quote about being yourself. You can find one on many websites. Just Google quotes about being yourself and you will get plenty, like loads and loads of quotes that fit that description perfectly. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. If you want to see more content like this in the future, hit the subscribe button and I will see you in the next video. Peace.